Hey, what's up, y'all? Well, today we're working on this little Mitsubishi mini split, and the homeowner, or the business owner, called and said nothing was working. It was just flashing one time on all the indoor units. So what I did is I had him give me the model number on the outdoor unit, and I used one of the most important tools when you're working on mini splits, or Mitsubishi's anyway, to look it up. My iPad. Mitsubishi has been kind enough to provide all the information for every unit they have on a website called MyLinkDrive. And at the end of the video, we'll go over, we'll go on the computer and go over the MyLinkDrive website. The tablet is an invaluable tool to have when you're working on the mini split. I was able to look it up, see what the flash meant, then I was able to pretty much diagnose it very easily. If you can go on the internet and you can read, you can pretty much figure out what's wrong with these very easily. So anyway, we're going to get the top off and the side off, and we're going to replace the board, and we'll go over the diagnosis of how I got there. Let me get the top and the side off, and we'll get back to you.
Alright, so in Google, let's go ahead and type in MyLinkDrive. Okay, so there you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and click on the website here, mylinkdrive.com. Click on it. Mitsubishi has done a really great job at supplying us techs out in the field, or designers in an office, or somebody that's trying to figure out what system they need, what options they can use. They've done a really great job on this website. So let's go ahead and click on USA. And up here you can see all the different stuff. You can go over to controls if you want to know about the controls. So anything Mitsubishi has, you can find it on this website. Alright, so let's go over to the unit that I was working on today in this video. The M series. When the homeowner called me, he told me that the wall mount unit, the indoor unit, was blinking one time. So I'm going to go look at the wall mount, and I'm going to find the unit that he has. Okay, so as you can see, there's a ton of different units that they have just to go on the wall. In this case, we are going to look at the MSZ GE09NA. No, it was a 12, I'm sorry. So you click on that, and this is what you get. You see from all your options here, the accessories, the application, boards, diagrams, disassembly, engineering, install, marketing, operation, parts, processor, service, submittals. Anything you want to know about that wall mount unit can be found right here. So let's scroll down. We can actually push the button that we want to, or we can just scroll down. So we want to go down to the service section of it, because that's what I'm interested in right this second. The troubleshooter, that's what we want. MP, meaning the M series and the P series troubleshooter. Okay, so we want to work on the M series. Hit that, and we want to go to the MSZ. Alright, so he told me that the light was just flashing. So that tells me it's just one time, because if it was two times, it would have looked like, see it flashing twice and then pausing. So he said it was just one time flash, meaning it just continues to flash. So what one time flash means is there's no communication between the outdoor and the indoor units. And I knew that because he told me the outdoor unit wasn't running, but the indoor would. and it tells you that the indoor will run for 6 minutes and then shut itself down. And then you can read this here if you want to, pause the video. But the cool part is they tell you step by step, it's like a flow chart on how to diagnose that problem. And if you just follow these steps, if you want to pause the video and read this, then you can. I kind of go through it in the video, so what you're reading here will make sense, but we'll go over it. So it says check L1 and check L2 for incoming voltages, and it gives you your minimum and your maximum. So if you're getting lower than 187, chances are the power company is not supplying enough power, and in that case there is a way to fix that, but you have to do an add-on buck and boost transformer. And if you've got too much power, I believe you can do a buck and boost transformer there too. You just have to decrease the voltage by 10%. And you can buy those at Granger, and they work really well. I've had to use them before. So check S1 and S2 for AC voltage at the indoor or at the outdoor unit. If it's not present, please call the 1-800 number for further assistance. But as we go down, we can find out why we don't have voltages. So number 4 says reset power. Now, I have said it in the video. If you come up on a Mitsubishi for the first time that's giving you a problem, first thing you want to do is disconnect the disconnect for at least 5 minutes. Not any less than 5, but at least 5 minutes. And then turn power back on after your 5 minutes. And then if your problem goes away, something was probably going on in one of the units, got set on emergency mode or something. So just reset power, check that first. Easiest thing you can do. And if it has a condensate pump, check the wiring and make sure it's right. Make sure the pump is working. And then verify correct wire size. But don't stop troubleshooting here if the wire size is incorrect. Because I will tell you that these units will run with smaller wire. I've seen them run on thermostat wire twisted together. It's not what you want to do, but I have seen it done, and they will work. I have seen it work with thermostat wires twisted together, so don't stop there. Turn power off. Disconnect S1, S2, and S3. That's a very important step. Wires from the outdoor unit. Turn power back on. Okay. So this is the cool part. Read and record DC voltage across terminals 2, S2, and S3 of the outdoor unit. 23 through 29 volts DC is what you should get. Alright, if S2 and S3 is between 23 and 29 volts DC, go to step 10. Okay, we'll go to step 10 in a minute. If you do not see the above voltage, verify outdoor control board has LEDs lit. If no LEDs are lit, refer to the outdoor units, no LED, no power troubleshooting. If LEDs are lit, replace the outdoor control board. Number 10, turn power off. Connect S2 and S3 wires back to the outdoor unit. Leave S1 disconnected. Disconnect S1, S2, and S3 wires from the indoor unit's terminal block. Turn power back on. Read the DC voltage of 2 and 3 while wires are loose from the indoor. Compare volts DC to what was recorded in step 5. If volts DC is the same as recorded in step 5, then replace the indoor control board. If volts DC is different from than recorded in step 5, then replace the wires. Alright, so if you want to go ahead and read, go through this on your own, you can. It's a lot of information to digest in a video, but, I'm trying. All right, so let's go back over to the this outdoor, the M series, because I want to show you something on this. That board or that unit has 3 different boards on it. It's that one right there, the 4B. Let's see. Let's do disassembly because it'd be easy to find. Disassembly instructions. Okay. Gives you all the information on how to take the thing apart. I just want to show you the circuit boards on this thing. Oh, I wasn't on that one there. Parts right here. Okay. All right. Here's your 3 circuit boards. And this is the board right here. So here's your S1, S2, and S3 connections right there. And here is your main, well, here's your noise filter board right there. Here's your power board, and this is your electronic control board. So number 4, let's make sure that's right. Electronic control board. Power board is number 3, which is that one right there, and then your noise filter board. And if you've ever looked inside of one and you want to know what that thing was called that looks like a transformer, it's called a reactor. So anyway, here's the power control board right here. And here's your 3 LED lights right there. If you are not getting your 23 through 29 volts DC right there between S2 and S3, where my cursor is, you can actually go over to this little plug right here. It'll be pink. You can't miss it. It's CN804 is the terminal number. And what you do is you put your meter on volts DC and check in between there. You can do it. It's plastic, but you can get your meter on the side. There's the 2 terminals. You can just stick your meter right there, and you'll get 330 something volts DC coming from this board. Now when I said before you work on this thing, make sure that power has been unplugged for 5 minutes, those capacitors right there will eat your lunch. 450 microfarads they are a piece. So always leave power disconnected for 5 minutes before you start touching any of these wires. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that right there. And you know, these Mitsubishis, the mini splits, I know some guys can be intimidated by them, but if you use this website right here in the field, you'll never ever ever be intimidated by a mini split again, or at least a Mitsubishi. I don't know about the other brands if they have a website like this, but Mitsubishi, you have got to give them guys credit. They have really done a superior job on this website. And you know, I just wanted to show you guys that it is out there. If you're out in the field and you're like, oh man, oh, I'm gonna pull my hair out. Don't do that. Just go to MyLinkDrive, just relax, go over this website, and it will give you all the information that you could possibly ever want. So, you know, there's our new air handler. So, anyway, look, it even gives you videos. So anyway, let's get on to the rest of the video. I know this one was long, but I did want to just show you the website, MyLinkDrive.com.
So as you see here, we have A, B, C, and D up here at the top. So this is our indoor head 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the way you diagnose this board is you disconnect S1, S2, and S3 on all the terminals, and then you turn power on and check for 23 to 29 volts DC on all your terminals. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll show you what to do after that. So what you want to do when you're checking power is switch your meter over to volts DC, and then go to put it on volts DC, and then go from S2 to S3. And we got 27 volts on that one. 26 volts on that one. And 25 volts on that one. 25 volts on that one. Now this was not doing this when I was here the other day. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm putting all the wires back on, and I'm going to check and see if the indoors actually come on after I get everything connected. This is a strange situation. I know for sure that I had no voltage in between S2 and S3 when I came to diagnose it before, and if I wasn't doing YouTube videos, I would actually have not even questioned it or not even checked it again, because the only reason I checked it was so I could do a video. So the only reason I checked it, like I said, was so I could do a video, and I got voltage today. So, and yes, my meter was on, and yes, the power was on, and you know, blah blah blah. So, like I said, what I'm going to do is check power, or hook everything back up. I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn all the air handlers on, and we're going to see what happens. Because even when I reconnected power today, everything sounded a lot different out here. Because when you hook power up, the TXVs change, and you know, it makes noises. So I'm going to get these wires connected and then turn power on and go turn them on and see what happens. Either way, we're still going to change the board, but maybe this will help Mitsubishi or something, you know. Anyway, alright, let me get this hooked up and we'll turn it on and find out what happens. Because this was a weird situation, I actually called Mitsubishi, and what they had said was the board may not be able to handle, you know, it may have a weak board in it, it may not be able to handle the ant draw. So we're going to go ahead and change the board and see what happens, and just go from there. So, alright, one thing you want to remember whenever you're changing a board on a Mitsubishi is after the power is turned off, please wait for 5 minutes, because there's 450 capacitors in there, and it will light you up if you don't wait. So please wait at least 5 minutes before turning off, or after you turn off power, to mess with this board. Alright, so I just got through changing the board and hooking up the wires, and you see the volts DC pulsating. That means it's talking to each other, which it wasn't doing a while ago. So that was on the D terminal. And then let's go over to the C, which it wasn't pulsating. So there you go. It's just strange that when I was here the other day, that I didn't have any power in between S2 and S3. I didn't have any DC voltage. But today when I plugged in power, I did have it. But then I didn't have any voltage from S2 and S3 on C and D. But now I have it after I changed the board. So we're going to give it its 5 minutes and then see what happens. Alright, so you can see the fan is running. So we're going to go ahead and put the top on and then put the panels on and we'll be out of here. Stop texting and filming.